Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and let's get into the video. First of all, happy Republic Day to everyone and now let's look into our Bank Nifty one day candle chart. In one day candle chart, you can clearly see that today is holiday and yesterday is our expiry day. So it shows some perfect pretty movement for the expiry day, and it's if you count high and low, it's around 1200 points. So when it breaks 42,500 level, it shows some negative movement there, and after sometimes when it breaks 42,000, it also may low around 41,550, which is previously act as a support level. You can clearly see that previously around September month it act as a resistance level, and in November month it also act as a resistance level. But when it breaks that, it shows some positive movement from there, and it again took support from that on month of December. So right now it trades around that support level. So my suggestion would be let it closes below 41,550 or 500. Then after that we can expect some selling pressure here. But if it opens a gap down, then we're going to wait for at least half an hour to 1 hour for looking for any trend identification. After that we can take trade for buying or selling. So now let's look into a 15-minute candle for taking any kind of trade. In 15-minute candle, one thing you can clearly notice that when it opens flat and when it breaks that 42,650, and I told you that if it breaks that, then you can expect some selling pressure here. But it shows some rapid movement after that, and when it breaks 42,000 level, it shows some good movement also from there. And in the last 2 hours, it goes in sideways. So my suggestion would be if market opens around 41,900 or 41,600, and if it opens between that and when it closes above 41,900, then we can expect some buying pressure here. Target will be around 42,000 to 42,100. But if it opens around that zone and when it breaks 61,600 or 550, then you can expect some selling pressure here also, and target will be around 41,300 to 41,250. But if it opens a gap up and if it sustains above 42,000, then after that you can expect some buying pressure here. But if it opens around that 42,000 level and shows any kind of negative scenario here, then you can also take trade for selling, and target will be around 41,800 to 41,750. And if it opens a gap down, as I said in one day candle chart, we will going to wait for at least half an hour or 1 hour for identifying any trend. Then after that we can expect some buying or selling pressure from there. Now let's look into Nifty in one day candle chart. In Nifty, it also made similar kind of pattern here, and when it breaks that 18,050 or 18,000 level, then it shows some negative movement from there. And you can clearly see that previously that 17,800 or 850 level act as a major support level for Nifty, and right now it trades around that level. So my suggestion would be let it closes below 17,800 in 1 or 2 days. Let's assume that if it closes below that on Friday or Monday, then after that we can expect some rapid selling pressure here, and target we can set up to 70,600 to 70,500. But as of now, wait for it, and then if it shows any kind of negative movement, then you can take trade for selling. In 15-minute candle, you can see that when it breaks that zone which previously act as a support level, when it breaks that which is 18,050 level, then it shows some negative movement here, and right now it trades around 7,950 to 7,860 zone. So if it opens around that zone and when it breaks that 7,950, then you can expect some buying pressure here, and target will be around round level 18,000 to 18,020. But let's assume that if it opens a gap up, and if it opens gap up, then there may be some seller who did not took any selling trade on expiry day. They may be took trade for selling if it opens gap up. So we're going to wait for that also. If it opens gap up, shows any kind of negative movement, then you can expect some selling pressure from there. And if it opens gap down and if it trades below 70,850, then you can take trade for selling, and target will be around, as I said, 70,800 level. And if it breaks 70,800 level on Friday or Monday, then after that we can expect some large selling pressure from there. Now let's look into Bank Nifty components in one day candle chart. So in Bank Nifty components, our first bank will be HDFC Bank, and I also told you before, if it shows any kind of negative movement, if it opens around 1700 level or any kind of zone and shows any kind of negative movement, then you can expect some selling pressure because it continuously goes up for 6 days, and if you on expiry day, it shows some negative movement after that. Right now it trades around 1650 level. So my suggestion would be you can expect some selling pressure here. If it trades below 1647, target will be around 1642, 1632. And if it opens gap down, then we're going to wait for any kind of buying or selling pressure, because previously it act as a support level, so it may be act as a support level to tomorrow also. So my suggestion would be if it let it closes below 1640 for any kind of selling trade. And now let's look into ICICI Bank. In ICICI Bank, you can also see that it breaks that support level, which is previously act as a support level from 860 to 855 level, and right now it trades below that support level. So my suggestion would be, if it opens flat and if it trades below 844, 54 or 53, then you can expect some selling pressure here, and target will be around 845 to 840. For taking any kind of buying trade, it needs to close above 860 or 67. Then after that, you can expect some buying pressure from there. In SBI Bank, you can see that it made large red candle here, and it breaks also that 580 or 570 level. So my suggestion would be, you can take trade for selling, but let it trades below 565. Then after that, you can expect some selling pressure, because previously it also act as a support level. So my suggestion would be, let it closes below 565 with a strong volume. Then after that, you can expect some selling pressure here. But for taking any kind of buying trade, my suggestion would be, don't take any buying trade until it closes above 580 or 590. When it closes above that, then you can expect some buying pressure from there. Now let's look into Kotak Bank. In Kotak Bank, it did not show much movement here because it tried to close below, but at the end it trades around that 1750 level. So my suggestion would be, if it opens around 1750 or 1770 and again shows any kind of negative movement there, then you can expect some selling pressure here, and target will be around 1740 to 1730. But if it opens gap down and if it trades below 1750, then you can also trade for selling, and target will be around 1730. Okay. Now let's look into Axis Bank. In Axis Bank, it closes below 900 level yesterday. So my suggestion would be, if it opens around that 900 level and shows any kind of negative movement, then you can expect some selling pressure here also. But if it opens gap down, then we are going to wait for taking any kind of trade, because previously that 880 level act as a major support level. So it needs to close below that for taking any kind of selling trade. So if it opens flat and it trades below 890, then you can expect some selling pressure here. But if it opens gap down, then we are going to wait. And if it opens a gap up and shows any kind of negative movement, then you can also take trade for selling. Okay. Now let's look into our last bank, which is IndusInd Bank. And IndusInd Bank make some great movement here, and when it breaks that 1200 level, it made low around 1150. So right now it trades around that zone, which previously act as a support level or a consistent halt zone. So my suggestion would be, let it closes below that, or if it trades below 1150, then you can expect some selling pressure here, and target you can set to 1140. And if it breaks that 1140 level, then our next target will be 1120. And for taking any kind of buying trade, it needs to close above 1178 or 1180. Then after that, you can expect some buying pressure here. And that's all about today, guys. If you like the video, please share it and subscribe my channel. Bye bye everyone.